My name is Alyssa.
It's Trevor Guzikowski.
I'm Trent Giles.
My name is Mark Bradshaw.
I've been tattooing for about 3.5 years.
Since October 2016.
I've been piercing for 19 years.
I've been tattooing full-time for about 5 years now, but in all honesty, about 10 years ago I did my first tattoo on my mom and it was terrifying.
We started Tantrix 16 years ago. We moved up from Regina to start a business here just because the factory wanted a change of pace and get away from what we knew, because Mike actually had a tattoo shop in Moose Jaw prior to us moving up, and I worked at a different studio and I was a piercer there.
I've always loved art and drawing and painting, and then I got my first tattoo and I was hooked.
I've been drawing all my life. I got in a lot of trouble at school just for drawing when I should have been working.
When I was listening to the teacher, I would draw on myself, my clothes, my books, just on everything.
I basically wanted to take that and make a career out of it.
Multifaceted. I'm introverted, so I found the one-on-one really suited my personality.
It gives it so much meaning. I mean, when you see tattoos that, like I said, an airplane and a bird together that don't make sense until you talk to the person and you find out about their grandpa and their grandma, it's really cool to know why.
So the very first thing that you should do is you should research your artist, and how you can do so is you can either come into the studio and look through portfolios, or you can go online and check their website out or their Facebook page, and then once you establish which artist you'd like to work with, you'd want to call the studio and set up a free consult.
A consultation is really important because getting an idea of what you're looking for and how you want it to appear on your body is the first step so that we can actually design you something that you're going to love.
It can be black and gray, it can be colorful, we need to know what size, and there's a lot of different variations when it comes down to it, so seeing someone face to face and seeing what they actually want is the best way to do it.
And then you should research it, so you can go on the internet. You don't want to copy a person's tattoo, but you want to bring in reference material saying, I like this element, I like this element, I like this element.
So you have to wait for your artwork till a couple days before your appointment.
And then the artist knows that you'd like to view it, and we usually send it out via text or email up to the day prior.
We do the best that we can, given our skill set, to draw something for you, and that takes time. Now, you do have to understand that time is done on our own time.
When you come in for that consult and you give that clear idea, they're going to make small changes, but they won't change the design, because that is what they're going off of, is what you've told them, and provided that you've given a clear explanation of what you want, that is what they'll draw.
You can't copy another tattoo design because it's someone else, like a different artist's artwork, and they put their time and effort into it, and someone else has that tattoo.
If you bring us something that you like, we can redraw it for you so it's original, but if you made a craft at a craft fair and someone took it and sold it in their name, that's theft. So it's sort of, we don't like taking other people's artwork. So when we're pricing a tattoo, we usually go off by an hourly rate, and that's different between shop and artist.
Basically depends on the size of the tattoo and the coloring that people want, black and gray, full color. Skin types have a lot to do with pricing it. Also how well the people sit. If they sit and they squirm a lot, it's going to take a lot longer.
I can quote something very, very small. If someone comes in, I know what a minimum charge would be, or something like 3 hours or less. But anything bigger, I can't quote it, because it's going to be a custom design, and the artist is going to draw it, so they're going to know what they're going to draw. So that's why that consult is so important, because they can give the client a better idea of what it's going to cost.
Pricing a sleeve is difficult because it's such a big area, and you never know how long it's going to take. People have different sized arms, so that's why it's really difficult to price out bigger pieces.
Yeah, if you're coming in for a tattoo, make sure you have a good night's sleep, have a good meal before you come in.
Or have at least something with you to eat while you're getting tattooed. You should never be out in the sun and get a sunburn before a tattoo.
Don't come in drunk or anything like that. You want to be in good health.
You shouldn't be on antibiotics before you get a tattoo because you won't be able to get the tattoo. You should never bring your friends because generally they're very, very bored and they're more of a distraction to the artist.
Doing a tattoo can take a variety of time. So a small tattoo, something like this big, maybe just line work, could be less than an hour.
All depends on the size, what they're getting. Like tattoos can be as quick as 10 to 15 minutes, or they can be multiple full day sittings.
And then you also have to allow your artist set up time, take down time between clients as well.
I absolutely love piercing.
The fact that there's always something to learn, I'm always able to develop and become better. Sometimes it's what they like on other people, and what I need to do then is make sure that it looks good on them, the same way they like it on somebody else.
My thing with piercing is I'm trying to not only do a good piercing, is making sure that I see the client through the whole process. So that would include checkups. There's several checkups after you get an initial piercing, making sure that the client has the proper jewelry. We carry some of the highest grade titanium jewelry from Leroy, Neo Metal, and other companies. We ensure that the client is being taken care of. That's my philosophy in piercing.
They are going to be left with possibly a permanent mark if they want to take it out at some point. That there can be complications because, I mean, healing is complex, and once you leave the door, like, we're not in control. We do checkups to try to gain a little more control and be preemptive, even if it's healthy. And all you really need to do is cleanse the outside of a piercing because the body's already taking care of the inside for you. It's already setting in white blood cells, nutrients, and oxygen to heal it for you. You just need to make sure that the outside of that piercing is cleansed free of any debris and not dry. Otherwise, your body's healing it for you. Provide the right environment, let your body do the rest.
So for aftercare, you want to leave the tattoo wrapped. We'll put a wrap on you. It's just a cellophane wrap. That's going to stay on for about 4 hours. Take it off, you do a hot soak. As hot a water as you can stand for about 10-20 minutes. It's going to open up the pores and get all the blood out of the tattoo. Then you want to massage the area with your clean hand under the water. Try and get all the gooey grossness off of it. And then you want to pat it dry with a clean towel or a paper towel. Now when it is dry, you're going to re-wrap it. Just saran wrap and tape. No cream, lotion, anything like that. Just a dry wrap. That's going to stay on overnight. So that's going to actually save your sheets because it will still leak for that next day. You're going to take that off in the morning, do a hot soak again. Same thing, really hot water, about 10-20 minutes, massage it and then pat it dry. After that one, you're not rewrapping it, just leave it open to the air. You do want to continue rinsing it a couple times a day just to keep it nice and clean. Third, fourth day, it starts drying out and peeling. And when that happens, it will get itchy as well, so don't pick it or scratch it. With that third, fourth day, the drying out makes you feel a little uncomfortable because it's dry skin, starts to feel stretchy. That's when you can start lotioning, so not until that third or fourth day. You want to use tiny amounts of lotion. Make sure it's really good and worked into the skin so there's no shininess left on the tattoo. If you use too much lotion, you're going to basically clog the pores of the tattoo, and that will create acne as well as trap bacteria, which can cause a bacterial infection. So that's basically the active part of the aftercare. About a month or so is the full heal time, so till then you want to avoid hot tubs, pools, saunas, tanning, any activities that you think have bacteria in them and stuff you want to stay away from. You also don't want to put a lot of pressure on the tattoo. So working out and stuff like that can be negative, have negative effects on that tattoo. The other thing you want to avoid is soap. Soap will actually dry out the skin and put a soap residue on the tattoo, and we just don't want any of that. So that's how you take care of a tattoo.
And this is where Don and Sue go out. Their good grooming habits help them in friendships and in business.